I don't know what time young Flem is coming. So
Yeah, I wish you would have attached a time period to.
So that's just like standard Flame tactics, bud. So here's what Flame does. Flame gets mad that the eps don't get started later. So we started them later for him. Then he doesn't communicate well. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big proponent of communication these days. Thirdly, he's a piece of shit. So like, you know, it doesn't bode his case any better than anyone else's. So like, with that being said, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 97 of the Roast Flame podcast. You got the standard jabronis. You got myself. You got Nite. You got Todd. What's up? Welcome. I don't know what we're talking about today. Probably some Gear 5.
We had some big stuff.
We got some big stuff. It isn't off air, but there's also part of me that's like there's enough content to talk Treasure Cruise as well. So I'll leave it to the jury, I suppose. But you know, as we always start these kinds of eps off with, Nite, what have you been up to, bud? How's life? What's been going on?
Not so much. Do you hear that or?
No,
you're good.
Okay. There was like a car driving by. It was loud as fuck. I was just.
man got stun locked.
But...
man got full stun locked, dude. He's like, what?
Yeah, I was in the boss phase and they got me there.
Round 2.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, what's been happening?
Doing my thing.
How's work? How's
not
life?
much.
Anything interesting going on?
Not really. I mean, I guess since last off ep, I finally got FF16 and I played
we can
majority of it.
Okay, we can chat a bit of that today then. That's nice. Any initial thoughts?
Oh, it's crazy. I don't know. I know Todd was saying like in the last off ep that he wasn't really feeling it, and I don't know how you weren't feeling it, my guy. But I mean, I know it's like a preference thing.
Yeah,
which,
yeah,
I understand, but I don't know. It was kind of crazy for me, but yeah.
Elite. Good.
I just found like I don't know because I since the last off ep I haven't played Final Fantasy 16 again. I do want to go back and play it though, but I don't know. I just didn't like the fact that a lot of the game was like kind of linear. I kind of preferred it to be a little bit more open worldy.
Yeah, that's fair.
That makes sense. I think hopefully Flame will pull up soon, and then if he doesn't, we'll chat 16 regardless. We want to get your take on it, but if he does pull up, we can have a little conversation there. But Todd, how you been, bud? What's been going on? How's life? What's cracking?
Yeah, things are doing okay. You just had my birthday a couple days ago.
Happy birthday, Brosif. Young Brosif. What are you now? 18?
Oh man.
Yeah, we're 26 going on 47.
Hey, that man leapt through time, bro. Hold on, wait a minute.
It was pretty chill day. I didn't do anything really special for it. Like I don't know, like birthdays when I was a kid were more exciting. Obviously, when you get older, it's just another day. Like
it is.
I get people get excited about it, but I mean, it is what it is. It's just a day, you know.
I don't care. Yeah, I know. I'm in the same boat as you, man. I just don't care. Like I'm just like, it's cool.
Like,
whatever.
Big milestones are a bit different, I suppose, but you know, just generic ass 27th birthday is nothing. Nothing amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've been
filler banner.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I've been trying to be a bit more active. Been
nice.
Taking some walks and doing some
more walks, man.
every day.
Walking is so good. I love it.
Oh,
get the steps up. You get out, like you just get outside. Like it's just so good. I love it. The walk.
Yeah, I do it as soon as I wake up and go for a few kilometer walk, and then
beautiful.
Then you know, have my shower and my breakfast and get ready for the day. It's good.
Yep. That's good, man. I'm fucking proud of you. That's fucking elite, dude. Hell yeah. Like a GGP getting fit. It's fucking time. It's about time. That's what's happening. I've been alright. I've been just keeping my head down. We had a lot of problems this week at work in terms of like a lot of, as we call them, incidences. So basically the whole week was just blocked off to be dealing with those, which was not fun. Shit. So essentially it started at 8 a.m., finish at like 6, 7 p.m. every day. working through stuff in meetings, this and that, and it was just
And would that put you like behind in like actual work?
without a doubt. Like we
Yeah.
are so far behind now because like it was like all resources on these problems and stuff. So now you have to like do like a retrospective on what's occurred, and then like has everything been dealt with, and if everything's been dealt with, we can now get back into our daily like business as usual stuff, and you have to figure out what you've missed out on, what things you have to catch up on, because the world obviously keeps turning irrespective of like what's going on. So like it's now a massive catch up game, which is not fun, but I mean that's life, I suppose. And I had a lovely little ear infection, which was also really fun to deal with. I somehow managed to like what they call perforate my eardrum.
Oh shit!
Which essentially means it's like I don't know. I don't want to get technical because I don't know what it is, but like I think it's like I'm gonna say skin or whatever the thing is there, but like it just like tears. So you know how like when like you hold your nose and you breathe like and like you try to like pop your ears, right? You never hear like the psst sound of like the air exiting. That's because like your eardrums are intact, so you hear it like expand, but it never like pops, if that makes sense. It kind of just like. But when I did it, my left ear was like, it was like this massive ass like gust of wind coming out of my ear, So I was like, okay, I'm fucked. And like it's just like the long tail of an ear infection is the worst part, because like, the pain kind of subsides after like 2 or 3 days, but my ear is still like 20% volume. Like I can't hear much out of it. And it's just like now it's like 2 weeks of just
was there anything that like triggered this to happen, or is just out of the blue?
Honestly, no idea. Like I've had a lot of ear infections in the past, so I think it's like this. I think I have this like ongoing thing. I don't know. I probably have to look into it a bit deeper now that it's happened again. But yeah, I've just been used to it. So when I went to the doctor, I said left ear infection, blocked middle, like it's a middle ear infection, potential perforated eardrum. The doctor's like, okay, so you've done my diagnosis for you. I'm like, yep, just give me this. I was like, give me this, and we're good to go. He's like, okay, cool. See you later, bud. I was like, sweet. Waited 4 hours for that, but I was like, fuck you. I know what I'm doing now. But nah, that's fun. On the good end of healing of that though, so that's perfectly fine.
Oh,
so
okay,
we'll be back in action in full swing very, very soon.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. But I mean, you said you've had it before, so it must be
exactly.
Must be something that's going on in there. You should definitely get that.
Yeah,
checked
100%. 100%.
He's a pro at this point.
The saddest part is I am like, you know what I mean? Like as soon as I feel my ear twitch, I'm like ear infection. Go to the doctor. Like I precaution everything. So like I'm using like antibiotic drops before the infection's like fully develops. So you just get on top of it straight away. Yeah. Like it's one of those things, but it's like that's not fun. I don't want to be doing this shit where I'm like sat there like, oh yeah, ear infection, let's go, see you later, mate. Like, so we'll get there. We'll see what happens. But
we move
exactly right. Just want to jump into Gear 5 on Treasure Cruise. Is there anything that you guys on top of your heads at the moment you guys want to chat about, or we down to just get into Gear 5 Treasure Cruise?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's other stuff we could talk about, but yeah, we can get into Gear 5.
All right, Gear 5 Treasure Cruise dropped. Look, man, I think we'll probably chat about him again, but not like do the full read up, or maybe we do the full read up next time and not the full read up this time. What do you guys think?
That sounds fair.
Yeah,
I think that's great.
What do you? How do you feel? I think this is a good conversation to have, because like, am I like at first like I was gassed, but then like after rereading it a few times, am I like the only one that's like he's not that good, or like he's not that good in comparison to like what we have?
Well, I still think he's good.
Yes,
he's
absolutely.
Definitely still good.
Yeah,
but there's just like a couple key things that like prevent him from being like the best in the game. Like I
guess underwhelming's more the correct word, I suppose.
Honestly, I think his captain ability is almost perfect.
Yeah, I would agree.
The only thing I would want to add would be cooldown. And that's honestly going to be a big issue if you end up using him for a lot of content. You have to do a lot of stall because his special cooldown is absurdly high.
It's like 15 with limit break expansion.
Yeah, with expansion.
Whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Who's this young little buck?
Hello.
He's got his AirPods in too. I can tell that. He's on the train ride home, mate. Probably from a date. Am I correct in that assumption?
Of course.
I fucking knew it. Well, for your update, Flame, Nite has played Final Fantasy 16, so we will chat a bit about that today. So you can get back into your bag. But we are going through Gear 5 on Treasure Cruise. Not the full read up, but just the thoughts and opinions, essentially. So sorry, Todd, cutting you off. But
no, it's all good.
Do you think?
Yeah. No, yeah, and the captain is god tier.
Yes,
reviving, and then when you're in the Gear 5 form, going through the Sulong effect, bruh. And then also resisting bind and special reverse. Come on, man, that's insane.
I think for me, there's a few things. I think the special cooldown is ridiculous. I did not think of that at first because I'm so used to legends these days just having obscene amounts of cooldown in their captain abilities. So I didn't even think of that when I was reading it at first. But then I think in your video, in your most recent video was before you summon, and you mentioned that at the start. I was like, wait a minute, he doesn't have he doesn't have it. But then again, on the other side, I didn't remember reading his Gear 5 attacks will ignore damage reduction and barriers and such, which is just also that's fucked. That's really, really good. It's I think it's this weird little grab bag of they want you to clearly use this unit in a sense as a hybrid. I think that's kind of my presumption here. I would have loved if it worked better with 2 Gear 5s, but again, it's weird in the modern era we're talking about cooldowns, but we are talking about cooldowns, and I think 15 turns is actually very unique because generally we're getting 13 turn cooldowns for specials pretty much consistently. So being at 15, they really value this unit's special, which again, it's really good, but I don't know. What do you think?
The special is probably the most disappointing component, I think, of the whole character, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The damage, fine, is whatever, but I don't I'm never really been a big fan of affinity specials because it means your whole team has to be focused around having type advantage, and obviously in teams you want to have super effective damage against bosses and stuff, but the fact that he's so focused on this affinity buff at the start, but then he also wants you to run a full team of Psy units that are also free spirit, to get the best buffs. I mean, at the end of the day, you could just run a full free spirit team of different colors and that'll work fine. You just get a little bit less damage than what you would if you were running full Psy free spirit. So I don't know. I wish the orb boost that he gives was the first part of the special, and then if you were in Gear 5, then you get color affinity.
The affinity? No, I agree. I think we have a unique aspect to him though, because I think this is the first time this has happened where we have basically, I think what you called it was an if else pretty much, where if the unit is both Psy and free spirit at the same time, you get a higher buff in comparison to if the unit is Psy or free spirit. So, and that's I think that's a really cool idea, in principle. But I think when you think about Gear 5, you think about creativity, you think about freedom, you think about being able to do whatever the hell the character wants to do. And in a sense, you're actually restricted to some capacity with this unit because if you want the most out of it, you have to run Psy free spirit. And in the current day and age, you're not running a full Psy team. You're not doing that, So I don't know. I think I have this theory in my head where we always complain about color affinity specials, but then they're the one thing that always seems to lack in terms of quality color affinity specials. And so that's why I'm not too against, because I remember when there was a super boss where we needed a color affinity special, and if you didn't have TM or how TM Legend Koala, you just weren't getting enough damage or whatever it was getting less damage at least. So I'm kind of I don't mind the color affinity special as much, but at the same time, I do agree with you. I think that the orb boosting side of things should have taken place. On top of that, he literally, I mean, I don't know if you guys, have you guys looked at the special animation?
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's fixed damage to one enemy. He literally goes into a fucking giant and stomps down. Like, it would have been so much cooler to do 2 million damage AoE fixed, kind of like a double, like, buffed Roger. Like, you know, that would have sufficed so much more. And like, that's being a bit petty, you know. That now we're nitpicking, I suppose. But the cool part of his special also has the factor of reducing enemy positive buffs by turn.
Yeah, that's another key component to the special. I think they're really overvaluing how good that it actually is, and I think that's why the special isn't like as amazing, because they have that effect on it.
Because does intimidation considered a positive buff?
I believe so.
How often do we see a 1-turn intimidation though? Like, probably
not very often.
Not too frequently, right?
The other thing that's interesting about it, right, is that, like, yeah, you can remove, like, damage nullification, rainbow shield, threshold, but if you're in Gear 5 form as a captain, you bypass it anyway.
So it's like kind of like
it's pretty redundant.
Backwards, right? Yeah.
The best case I can see for this being useful if you're removing a barrier, which can be annoying, like, I guess, just depending on the barrier, I suppose maybe. But then damage limiter. If there's 1 turn of that, then being able to remove that's really good.
Okay. Yep. So true.
So that's probably the best use for it. At least I can think of at the moment.
I mean, 6x captain.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's pretty good. 5x otherwise as well is also like really clapped. Like surprising. That's going to be very, very strong. But he kind of also kicks himself in the ass because he cuts his HP, but he has rush.
Yep.
So
you gotta transform into Gear 5 as you're doing your rush turn, basically.
Yeah. So okay, he has EX Super, which is exciting.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, being a 6 times captain, as well as being able to inflict super class and super type simultaneously.
That's actually a lot more damage than I actually thought. Maybe
it's crazy because like we had Luffy Yamato 6 times captain, but I mean they're a dual unit. They didn't get access to that
frequently, you know. So
yep.
I mean, and that EX Super gives you that sign recovery to 3x, which I think is.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I think
that's crazy.
People are undervaluing that, I think.
And keep in mind, like him. I mean, like. It's actually like it's just that's nuts like that, and it makes him Gear 5. Like that's also like you're gonna have a lot of cool little shenanigans where you can probably see X Super change into Gear 5, do something, and then blah blah blah. You know, you can like really like you don't have to always force the revive side of turning into Gear 5. The fact I like that part of the unit where they've given you, I guess, the actual freedom to choose when you're turning the unit into Gear 5 and not. I think that factor that part of it's really good, but I don't know. There's a lot there
because if that's another thing as well is we are kind of hoping that we can use the EX Super as a crewmate, which they have advertised that some characters will be able to do that.
But you know, with the release of Roger's EX Super, you can only do it as a captain. So our assumption is that if it doesn't state it, then you can't do it as a crewmate, or unless it's bugged, which, hey, it's Bandai, you know, it's pretty common these days. So like we'll have to wait and see.
Bugged Namco,
One Piece Era Cruise, like the document. We have to update that, by the way. The EZO. We got the EZO stuff's coming. We're getting the EZO refund from the Sugar Fest.
Yeah, I'll do that right now, actually.
So just for those that aren't aware, Todd has gone and made a Google Doc that is formatted with every bug that we've had since the end of July, pretty much.
Yeah. So whenever we get a new bug, I'll update it to the document.
Yeah, so just to have like a running sheet per se. He does have rush. First of all, I want to say, slot bind and crit are just cringe. I don't care, especially because it's 10 turns of 10 turns of slot bind and only 80% chance to crit, which is just like, shut up, like fuck off. Make it 100% and remove slot bind like completely. Like there's no value in it otherwise. his rush was everyone gassed it, but then people reread it, including myself.
Yeah.
And he only boosts his own attack, which is that breaks my heart. It really, really breaks my heart because it's, I don't know, like on the low ski, Sanji's rush is better.
Yeah, like, it is.
Yeah.
They did change the activation requirement slightly where you could potentially use the rush during like any tap along the way, which I guess is kind of interesting in a way.
Yeah.
So you could like still attack, get a super tandem, and then use this as the 5th tap in the chain, and then still use a final tap. So you can still kind of do stuff, but the fact that it's focused on Luffy himself is a bit detrimental, as the effect is only really going to be good if you're going up against an int opponent. Like, yeah, it'll do good damage neutrally, but it's kind of weird.
Because the buff is huge. It's like it starts at 2x and finishes at 2.6. Like,
right.
That's a massive self attack boost, right? So like I guess like what they've probably tried to do is combine like a final tap and rush together, but like in just the rush. So their anticipation is that you're going to use this as your last tap because you get the rush mechanic, and then you get like the self buff for the final hit, which is essentially the final tap. So it's kind of like a combination in a sense. But at the same time, like, I think that it would have been so much cooler if it was just like rush boost to free spirit or something like that. So like you would have at least had a lot more freedom. And keep in mind, in game it says you can only use one rush ability per like turn. So you can't do shenanigans where you're combining like a Sanji one and like a Luffy one or a Gear 5 one and whatever. You can only use one per turn. So like, and it's 20,000 at max. Like,
yeah, it says you can only get a max of 5 taps in or something.
Yeah, max 5 taps.
Yeah.
20k, so 100k HP, 100,001 HP minimum or whatever. Like,
I'm interested to see how this works out though with the finish tap multiplier. That's the one that's interesting because the
3x.
bottom there it says the finish tap multiplier is 3. When you look at Sanji's, his is 0.8.
Oh.
Like, that is a massive jump. So I think we have to see it in game to see how it actually all comes together. But the numbers make it seem like this is going to do a shitload of damage, but the fact that it's only for Luffy himself is the big drawback. But we'll have to see to see what it's like in game.
Maybe I think you're right. Maybe using him on the 5th tap might be the actual play, because then you can still get like a final tap in as well.
Yeah, and then you use Straw Hat Crew Friend Captain final tap.
Yeah, then it's a wrap.
Bing bong.
Like five times, growth rate of 0.2, so every tap is 0.2 extra. The finish tap gets the attack boost. Every time each successful chain adds 0.2. The first tap is 0.5 multiplier. The rush multiplier is 0.5, and then the finish tap multiplier is 3. So like the chain's gonna go crazy, you know? If it's 3x, like what it rushes upwards, like you might get to like 15x chain or some shit, like depending on how the multiplier actually works. So
and see how it all comes together. But I was really hoping that we might have got like our first final tap that was a rainbow damage. I've been on that for ages. We still don't have a rainbow damage final tap, and this would have been awesome. Imagine if this dude did this and then had a rainbow damage. I think not too many people would be that mad about it.
Hey man, 6+. You wait.
That's what we're hoping for.
Also, just a random side note, because on Twitter I noticed, I noticed the ID of this unit was, what is it? It's 3956.
Yeah.
So somebody on Twitter pointed out that, and this is true, 39 is sun cute, like thank you, essentially, like you could translate that too, and then 56 is like gomu, and I'm like, very interesting. Like, I don't think the sun Q is like you know, specific. I do think that they did time 5-6 to a degree. Shit, release Kawamatsu Legend quick. Fucking we need 2 fucking units there quick.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know, but speaking on Pirate Rumble, he is cracked in Pirate Rumble.
He seems interesting, yeah.
He's GP is the best. He's gonna be like, you know, Roger, step aside, bud. This guy is pulling up to say hello. Like he's really good. he's gonna be really good in Rumble.
I think
Strength, Dex,
he's
and
gonna
Quick.
be good.
Like Dex, good team. Strength team's a bit schmip schmop, but you can build like a good slasher team that has a lot of, you know, strength units on it, I suppose, if you want to like push it in that kind of regard.
I mean, if you're gonna use him for GP, you have to build like that Psy team or a Psy Free Spirit team. So
yeah,
Psy get the amazing buffs out of this.
Yeah, it's fucked.
And then you get two other. I mean, you can still build super good Dex team.
Yep, you could absolutely. You know, you can build crazy Dex teams. Strength is the only one that's like kind of a bit like weak, I suppose. But
unless if you just like again, you can just make that third team whatever you want.
Yeah,
like,
you just don't even worry. You
can still build that really OP free spirit team.
Yeah. I think you know what, you probably could, because there are some strength units in that one, right? Probably. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
not really.
It's
Otama.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. No, but his Rumble kit's really good. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess like I'll chuck it to the Peanut Boys. Flame Knight. What do you, if you guys have the time to read or whatever it is, like, what were you guys' impressions, I suppose, especially because, like, it's Gear 5, you know? What were you guys' impressions on the character and the unit, on the release, on everything as a whole?
Well, I got to read it. I don't know if you took a peek, but my prediction on the bingo chart was almost spot on.
Yeah, I have it highlighted. I was gonna go through that after we finish, but you won in terms of the predictions. You won 100%.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy about that. To be honest, I don't care what anybody says. Like, I get that they were playing into the gimmick of how it happened in the story, but I think it's ass that he's not always in Gear 5, that he has to like
I agree,
special or revive into it. I think that's just kind of lame, especially for the fact that like the sprite for him like pre Gear 5 is like
it's so shit, Luffy. Man.
It's like 2017 Luffy.
Bro, it's like, his TSL sprite looks better, man. That shit came out like 5 years ago.
Yeah, so I personally didn't like that. I thought that was pretty cringe, to be honest.
Yeah.
As far as the character himself, I think he's probably going to be really good.
Yeah.
I do think that his specials, like, not that it's underwhelming, but that I think it's like, it's kind of boring, to be honest.
Yes. Yep.
And like I always used to say in my videos, like color affinity, like I always thought color affinity was the worst buff because it's kind of like easily countered. But one thing I was hoping that they would do with Gear 5 is I wanted them to give him something different. Like, I wanted him to have like something new to the game, which he doesn't really have. You know, the revive is cool, but you know, Brook has that. He didn't really like bring anything special for me, so I kind of didn't like that, to be honest. But I'm just happy he's going to be in the game finally, so we can finally stop hiding and tiptoeing around it.
Facts.
I was happy to see that we're finally getting a fucking legend Momonosuke dragon form.
Oh, finally,
That's way overdue.
No, I agree. And like we'll chat more about him in the next episode, but on the low ski, I was telling Knight earlier, I think Momo might be one of, if not the best regular batch legends in the game. Like if
you're a new player, you should actually pull for Momo instead of Gear 5.
He's clapped.
Yeah, and as he should be, he's a very notable character to the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Legend Kawamatsu, like I think that's cool, but I feel like that there's other samurai that deserve it more than him, and I hope
he's a PvP legend though, so he's dead weight anyway. He's irrelevant regardless. Like he's actually shit. Like he's shit in Rumble as well. Like he's not good. So like it's fine.
He's actually shit.
He's actually shit. Like he's not good. His Rumble, you could justify it on a slasher team because you can bring like Sai Odin as well, and like you can make some magic happen there. But like, at least until I see Stump release some fucking insane PvP video, like. And also, fuck that guy, by the way. But yeah, like I
know what the issue is with them releasing Kawamatsu is, he's going to be one of the high boosters on the Blitz.
Oh, fuck off! You're so right.
Yeah. And he's on a separate banner.
You're actually a piece of shit for saying that.
Yeah. Fuck the booster meta, but
that's the only way Gear 5's going to thrive in that, though. Obviously, because at least his cooldown will be like charged.
Well,
right?
do you know how stupid the blitz is, right? And how dumb this whole thing is? Is because if you're running the optimal team for points and drops, you can't use his EX special because you don't have the 3 straw hats or the 3 characters on your crew. You actually have to die to get gear 5.
I can't with these people, man.
they do not think. They do not think, dude. They do not think, dude.
Well, there's likely gonna be a death hit in the content, right? There has to be.
Yeah, you're gonna you'll be forced to die at some point.
Yeah.
You will. But that's slow. That's gonna be so slow. It's
Yeah.
gonna be so slow.
Well, the
dude.
thing is though, is that Kawamatsu has double special launch and is a wave
Shut
clearing
up!
special. So that's
Stop
kinda
justifying Kawamatsu.
But yeah, pretty
Let's
cool
fucking go.
character.
Knight, what are your thoughts, dude?
Yeah, I agree with what Flame was saying. Like, it is kind of lame that he wasn't like the first. Like, with his release, he didn't like bring anything new. Like, I kind of wish instead of like Albert getting like the immune to all like
Yeah.
debuffs and shit, it was like Gear 5 getting it. I feel like that would be
Yeah.
really cool, especially like as like there's like the banner that like a lot of people who haven't even heard of fucking Treasure Cruise, they're gonna go like, oh, I want to pull Gear 5.
Yeah.
Like that'd be like a perfect like beginner legend. Like you don't have to worry about shit. You just go and kill
Just
shit
kill
and have
shit.
fun.
Yeah. I think.
But
Go. Sorry.
oh yeah, I was just gonna say instead of like special reverse, I wish he had like Despair.
Yeah, it should have been.
Because
I
then-
agree. I think
Yeah.
I agree. I know that we have Roger, and that's the argument there. But like, I think Knight,
Yeah.
you have an excellent. I think like it's very true. Like this is the like people are gonna come play Treasure Cruise for the or play in quotation marks, but like they're gonna download and install Treasure Cruise for this unit, right? Like it's gonna be for this character, and I think that's also why the special and the captain ability aren't as like convoluted or gimmicky as like we may have anticipated at the start, because it's more of like an advertising mechanism to be like, hey, you can get this guy and he can turn into Gear 5 and whoop-de-doo. Like, so I agree with you there. I'm a bit perturbed also at the fact that like he doesn't do a lot with paralysis. Like maybe like, you know, he removes paralysis on himself completely as like as a
that is
crewmate.
strange. Yeah.
Very
But
well, yeah.
you would assume like it would have been cool if he had evade. Like, imagine him evading bind, paralysis, and like despair by 10 turns, some shit like that. Or even like what he does now, like bind. He does bind and special rewind, and then he also does, you know, paralysis when he's in Gear 5 form. Or I don't know, something to do with paralysis would have been cool. But I mean, it's still. I think it's a good start. Because we know that there will be Gear 5 legends in the future.
Yeah.
No
you
doubt.
know? So, two things I want to touch on before we get into our... not two things. I think... Yeah, no, one thing I want to touch on before we get into our, like, prediction sheet. We did have a skull downloaded. So... And there
it's a skull
is...
for this Luffy.
Which
like
is
the
really
yellow Luffy.
weird.
Yeah, current Luffy. Yeah, it's weird.
But on top of that, we have a gap in between the IDs of Luffy and Momo. So Luffy's 3956, Momo's 3958.
Oh, well, that confirms it.
Yeah,
Essentially.
I think that's what I was spazzing about, and no one was listening. And before you joined, like that massive call, and I was like, "It's a 6." I was like, "I don't know, man. I don't know." I'm like, "It's a fucking 6+." Listen to me. I'm fucking watching the data. I'm looking at Solaris is fucking in the database of the game right now. And he's like, "Oh, there's a gap. Nice." And I'm like, "That's 6+. That's it." I'm like, so, like, it's a 6+ coming. I guess like we've had this situation in the past where Bandai have done a really good job in terms of Yamato, and they've done a really bad job in terms of Uta. So, and then they eventually fixed Uta later on down the line. But
what if he's 6+ and then he changes completely? Like, what if he's a powerhouse captain instead?
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
or a fighter captain.
What do you guys? I'm not going to do another prediction sheet because that's too much. But what would you guys like to see from a 6+ Luffy, like a 6+ Gear 5, I should say. Sorry.
Isn't the 6-star? Isn't the art in the skull the same art that he has?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like the skull to go back into this one.
I was thinking that they just had the skull and you're gonna use that to evolve into
That's what I thought at
the one we see.
first. Maybe that's still like, I think.
Oh yeah, no. Solaris confirmed that to evolve the 5-star to 6-star, it uses normal evolvers.
Oh. Yeah, because I know normally in the skull they show you the next art.
Yep.
So that's weird.
My tinfoil hat was that they realized that alternate art is fucked in terms of 5 pens. So my tinfoil hat was like, it's going to require like 3 skulls and 2 pens or some shit to get his alt art. Because we don't have his alt art, nor do we know I don't think he has an alt art as well, actually, as far as
he doesn't.
We're aware. So my prediction was bang on for that one. But like, that was a stab in the dark. But like, that was my like tinfoil hat theory. But like, I think it's I'd be pretty confident right now in saying that he will get a super evolution without a doubt.
Yeah, and maybe he'll be in permanent Gear 5. That'll be really nice.
What do you guys think will be the scene? What do you guys think will be like? Will it be? I think it'll be him grabbing the lightning. I think that'll be the one.
Yeah.
You know, and then
it'll either be that or like the final attack, maybe.
The final attack, yep, that's also a good shout.
I think we're a bit far away from the final attack. Depends on when the 6+ drops.
Exactly right. When does the 6+ drop is the question.
I would expect it to be this celebration still.
Yamato's one dropped like 2 weeks after.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 weeks.
And I think Uta's Uta's was. Yeah, I think Uta's was about the same.
Yeah, because what they did was when Yamato came out, they had the debut Sugo.
Yep.
And then when the 6+ came out, they made a separate banner where you could pull the 6-star plus version of the character.
Yep. It was like part 4 or some shit. Like they had an extra part or whatever it was.
Yep.
And they had like the full countdown on like a website, and like it was all like, oh, what's gonna happen? But then again, like it's weird how there's a gap in the IDs, but then the skull has already his art on it. So I don't know. Like maybe you're right. Maybe it's like to de-evolve. I don't. That'd also be really weird.
It says you can get it by doing 30 clears of the Blitz.
So you have 1. So you have 1 total right now. Unless they're going to give out some, or
I hope they do, because you know if you want to switch and change, it's going to be
because what you'd get 1 from the Blitz, you might get 1 or 2 from Treasure Map, you get 1 or 2 from Kazuna, right? Give or take, that'd be like the assumption, because you know like that would be my tinfoil hat in terms of getting all the skulls. I don't know. What do you think, Todd? What do you think the scene will be?
I think maybe to devolve you only need 1 skull potentially. I don't know. And
that's true.
I have really no idea. I think it is it's a devolving skull would be my opinion.
Okay.
But then again, when we've seen like Uta in the past, to devolve you just use like seahorses.
The seahorses, correct.
So yeah, it doesn't make sense either. Unless if it's a placeholder. I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it's a placeholder. I think it's a placeholder, and I think the gap in the IDs is enough of an indication to like demonstrate that a 6+
That's another
coming.
thing as well. Is like even if it was a placeholder, like why not just not distribute the item yet?
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
It's very confusing.
We'll wait and see.
I'm excited for it though.
We'll wait and see. All right.
It comes out tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yes, sir.
Almost 24 hours from now.
I think it's hella early, right? It's like 11 a.m. our time, or it's like 11:30.
Yeah, 2 hours before news time.
Yeah, so 9 p.m. for us.
Yeah,
15
right around right around now tomorrow.
Yeah, 15 minutes tomorrow, pretty much. Thank God. You know, I'm excited, but you know, we have to get into our predictions because, you know, the GGP crew predictions, because Flamevius, congratulations. You are the most in tune with Bandai's sick freak mind.
Of course.
Of course. So we all made predictions about what we thought Gear 5 would be. You know, I'm going to go through them and we'll kind of go look at them. So in terms of typing, Todd said Psi, Flame said Int, me and Knight said Strength. Todd gets the point for that one.
Yep.
In terms of classes, the 3 of you said Free Spirit Fighter. I said Free Spirit Cerebral. So the 3 of you get the point for that one. Who's laughing? Don't you dare lie. When the 6+ is cerebral, I'm gonna fight you.
Cerebral Luffy.
Hey man, he's smart, I swear. We got Revive Mechanic, me and Flame got the tick for that one. EX Super, congratulations, points across the board. Captain ability. So Todd said a boost based upon tap timing. Flame said a boost based upon effect. And Nite said boost based upon conditional. And I said a flat boost. So kind of me, kind of Flame there. So I guess Flames is also right because the boost, the effect is Gear 5. So like, you know. In terms of like whether or not he will have a Rainbow Captain ability, we kind of all get like partial points here. Flame probably gets... Flame also gets partial points because he didn't think he'd be a Rainbow Captain. So Todd, me, and Nite all said Rainbow boosting, but mainly Free Spirit. And then Flame said Color Class. So we all kind of get points there. Potential abilities, Todd said Rush Final Tap. Flame said Rush. Nite gets half points. He said Rush or Final Tap. I said Rush and Super Tandem. Flame gets full points. Nite gets half points. And in terms of alt art, the three of you said yes. I said no because I'm an idiot. I'm pessimistic. And I'm also an idiot. And I got the points there.
Yeah.
So Flame kind of bigged it, dude. Flame, what was your insider trading right there? You know, how'd you predict that one, bud?
You know,
give a speech to the crowd. Your winning speech.
I still got my connections, you know, here and there. You know, pull some legs. I don't know.
Man, you have Yoshitoshi Doshi, man.
I honestly thought he should have been like uber broken, best character in the game, but I figured that they would kind of fuck it up in some aspects, so that's kind of why I went with what I said.
Okay, I guess like, hold on, give me a second here, because right now, because this is being recorded before the unit releases, right? If we're talking about best legend in the game, what do you guys think? Before we've used him, before we know the ins and outs of the actual unit himself, do you think Gear 5 is the best legend in the game?
No.
And if not, who do we think is the best legend in the game right now?
Nami.
Yep.
I'd go Nami or Uta.
I
still love
respect
Uta,
that you're
dude.
on this Uta grind. Like
She's so good.
Like he means on this quick cerebral Uta's like the best legend.
Or it's not just her. All forms of Uta. They're all very good.
She gets the trio.
Yeah.
I think it's Nami or Sanji myself. I think Sanji's not. I guess
dude.
Underrated's the wrong word, but like he's really good. It's just really
Sanji's
good.
Crazy. He's so strong.
And Nami just got better. Like Nami just got incredibly better by Gear 5's release.
100%.
Nami's too good. She's too good.
She's stupid. They fucked her. Like they fucked up with her. You know, like they realized they messed up, so they started releasing all this extra debuff shit to not allow us to use her, and she still pulls up. Like it's amazing. I'd be pretty confident in saying Nami's the best legend in the game, with a close second being Sanji, and probably third right now is Gear 5. But I mean, that kind of relates to that conversation, right? Like when we were talking about it, I was pretty much on the line of like, if he isn't the best legend in the game, it's a disappointment. If he's top 3, I'll be okay with it. And I think he is top 3, in my opinion.
In my opinion, he's
I'm
like
still a bit disappointed.
around like if we're talking like positionings. In my opinion, he's around like between 3rd and like 10th in that.
He's like top 10 still, but like who between he's like the 4th to 10th slot pretty much, or 3rd to 10th slot. It is tough. Like I think that a lot of marketing has played an aspect in not making him too incredibly challenging to use. But at the same time, like, are you trying to satiate the new audience? Or are you trying to, like, keep the people that are around, like, you know, eating good as well? Like, I don't know, like, where do you draw the line there? You know, where does the value really... Where is the importance in that, I suppose, more than anything? Cool. Gear 5. Happy days. Nite.
Gear 5th.
Gear 5th. Ew, don't say that. I hate how Gear 5th just sounds.
That's how he says it.
I know, but it's horrible. Nite. Final Fantasy 16, bud. This is a complete tangent, but Final Fantasy 16, what's going on? Tell us about your experience.
Okay, it is the 16th installment.
Oh wait, fuck, I hate
My
this
fantasy
guy.
final.
I hate this guy so much. I hate it.
Me too.
Ask him one question, and he fucking starts clowning.
I'm not clowning. I'm just giving an introduction.
We've already. Oh, I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate him with the series. All right, this is the last episode of GGP you're ever going to hear. That's it. Anyway, keep going.
Crew. Anyways, before I was interrupted,
For fuck's sake.
it's a fun game. I don't really want to. I'll go into details and stuff because I don't want to spoil anyone. But it's fun. It's not like hard or anything, but it's still like one of the. It's like one of my top games.
As it's still a challenge. There's still an element there, but like it's just enjoyable nonetheless.
Yeah.
Flame, did you ever jump back into Final Fantasy 16? Like any further than the last time we talked about it?
Yeah. I don't remember where I was at when we recorded the first time, but I've beaten the game already.
Okay, that's a good fucking sweaty boy. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been out. It's been out for over a month. So.
Oh wow! Whoa.
Anywho.
Yeah.
I love the game. It was in my opinion, it was one of the best games I've ever played.
Okay.
From start to finish, it's very fleshed out. All of the characters are great. All the settings are great. It has some of my favorite boss fights ever. It's honestly one of my favorite Final Fantasy games ever. One of the things that I guess it wasn't annoying, but I guess I can understand is a lot of people say the game is easy, which it was. Honestly, the first time I played it, I only died one time. When you beat the game, though, you unlock the Final Fantasy difficulty, which is a little bit harder. It's not like crazy hard, but you definitely could get fucked up a lot more than how you did in the original. There's also a third difficulty, which I think is only available in it's in this mode basically where like you could kind of replay stages and replay boss fights. It's like an even harder difficulty, so they have like a even crazier one. So there definitely is challenge in the game. Like I said in the first episode that we talked about it, combat is very fleshed out. The further you get into the game, you unlock things called icons, which are like the different abilities and whatnot that the main character Clive masters, so you can mix and match a bunch of them. So there's so many different combinations of shit that you can do. A lot of the enemies they're unique, but at times you can run into similar ones. But I never really found myself bored playing the game. It actually made me tear up, which not a lot of games could do that. I'm more of a crier for my animes. But yeah, I really loved it. I actually haven't played anything since I beat it. Like, I played like online games, but I haven't started any new single player games. It kind of like, it was one of those things where like it was so good that like I couldn't play anything for a little bit.
Damn.
And yeah, I really liked it.
Stun locked you.
Yeah.
Todd, do you think when you have some free time you'll want to jump back in and keep going?
Yeah, I want to finish it. I want to see how the story plays out because the story's actually really fascinating, and I dig it. But yeah, haven't played any since the last GGP episode, so I need to get back on that at some point.
Oh man, yeah, you gotta get back to the main.
Yeah. I will.
Oh, shall.
That's our Final Fantasy section of the week. We love to.
Oh yeah, did you guys hear? There's gonna be a new Pokemon Presents coming up.
What?
Yep, on Tuesday,
August 8th.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that I'm fucking? You're just like, what, did you rehearse that? You guys fucking rehearsed that or some shit? That was like,
Yeah, we
that
have
was
a
so.
secret group chat.
That was, I knew it. I knew it.
Anti-pappy chat.
That I
Yep.
knew it. I fucking knew it.
Stump's in there too.
Hey, that's Stump's in there too. That's gonna
Big
replay.
Stump.
Damn, that's great, man. Choose your own adventure game. You're gonna pick Stump over me. That's crazy. I never forget. What? Any ickling? Any ideas? Any thoughts on what could be going on in that regard? Have they like said anything?
No, there's only rumors at the moment. Apparently, it goes for 35 minutes.
Holy
so it's
shit.
pretty long.
Pokemon sleep for 30 minutes and then 5 minutes of the new game.
I really
the big prayer is the retro on the retro system. We get
please.
Original Pokemon games, and then on the advanced we can get maybe like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Maybe please.
Nah, man, you're gonna talk about fucking Detective Pikachu for 30 minutes.
Oh no.
Fuck that. That shit has PS2 graphics, man. Like, not even joking.
And they'll probably show more about the Scarlet Violet DLC bullshit.
Now that shit has PS2 graphics. Put that shit in the bin too.
Isn't there some shit with Pokemon Arceus? Isn't that a thing?
Honestly,
I don't know about that.
Don't even DLC Pokemon Arceus. Just make a new Legends game. Like, just do that. Make a new Legends game in a new area. That's what I want.
Well, the rumor flying around is a Generation 5 black and white remake.
I did hear about that.
Oh no.
So, but people have been saying it's like Gen 5 remake, but it's like Legends Arceus version of a remake.
I'm down, honestly.
I don't know. That's the theory.
I'm down for that. I'm absolutely down for
that. Need that Gen 2 remake, right, Knight? Best
yeah,
Gen.
sure.
I think, like, I love Gen 2, but I think Gen 2 is, like, a little bit overrated.
A lot of people say that. I just love I love Soul Silver. It's my favorite.
Oh yeah, it's such a good game.
Yeah, Heart Gold, Soul Silver are the best games ever. Period. They're so good. They're just so well made. If I ever want to replay a Pokemon game, it's Heart Gold or Soul Silver. Like, it's just those ones. Like, every time.
I think my favorite game to replay would be Emerald.
Yeah, that's
Emerald's number 2 for me.
Classic.
Yeah, the 3 ones I would play: Soul Silver, Emerald, and Fire Red. I love the original.
Oh yeah, Fire Red, Leaf Green's so good too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I love Pokemon Platinum as well, though.
Yeah, that's a great one as
all
well.
Those like extra games have always been like elite. Like they're like
they smack.
The third one has always just been like incredible. Like, what do you guys want from this Presents though? Is there anything in particular like you'd be looking for in terms of like them announcing anything like that? Like you're like, I this should be a thing or whatever, or like are you just like see what happens?
I hope we can get some updates on Pokemon Sleep.
Hey, bro, Pokemon Sleep kind of. Hey, fuck Night. Hold that respectfully, bud.
Fuck you.
Oh, you know the shiny rates of 1 in 450. So there goes my Gear 5 luck, mate. So there you fucking go.
Oh, you got a shiny.
I got a shiny Swablu in Pokemon Sleep.
Damn, look at you.
Shiny while you're sleeping.
Yeah, bro. I'm always on the grind. I never sleep.
Oh man,
catching shinies in your sleep. That's a bar waiting to happen.
You know, that's bro. Like, Pokemon Sleep on the low ski. Pokemon Sleep's alright. Like, it's not a good because like you don't do anything, but like
you just fucking sleep.
But like, there's a lot of things you can do. Like before you sleep, you gotta make sure I always call him Groudon. Jesus Christ, Snorlax is fed, and like there's like Pokemon you can catch, and there's like little things you can do here and there. But like, it's a very minimalistic kind of like. There's a little like thing you can play like generally meant to like play like 3 times a day pretty much. There's like log in 3 times a day and do stuff, but like for the most
PKA.
part, it's literally PKA. Like it's actually like Night is so right. Like it's so true. But I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it a lot. I need to add Night though. I haven't done that yet. I need to add Night.
I mean, for real though, I think it would be really cool to see the Game Boy games and whatnot. That'd be awesome. I'm guessing they're probably gonna show whatever the big Pokemon game that's coming out this year is, because they always drop one.
I did hear that there wasn't going to be one this year, but I hope that that's wrong.
If there is no game this year, but whatever game that they're making next year is way better because of that, I will take that.
True. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw or if you talked about it when I wasn't here, but there was basically like this big leak / report that the next Nintendo system is coming out next year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, did not know about that.
Yeah, it was all over.
So
I'm
now they're
pretty
going to
sure
be able to
it's
make
actually-
games that are PS3 graphics instead of PS2.
Yeah, man. But you know,
Yeah,
like,
PS-
but what does that mean?
1080p?
What does a new Nintendo system mean? Does that mean like the Switch is in the bin and they're gonna start?
It means more money.
Oh, duh. Like, it's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be a home console, and the Switch is still gonna be like this handheld console. Or they're gonna just like what is this
That's a
new
good
console
point.
meant to be?
I don't know if it's gonna be the Switch 2 or if it's gonna be like an entire new thing. I think it would be smart for them to have some type of backwards compatibility for Switch games.
Yeah.
Maybe like have like some type of digital shop where you could download your games. Like that would be pretty cool.
Because
I would imagine that it would be a successor to the Switch based on how successful it is. That's my opinion.
because on the low ski, man, I can play Elden Ring on my fucking Steam Deck.
Yeah,
Like,
Steam Deck's good.
Sure.
like you gotta do some cool shit with this Switch. Like, you gotta put some fucking tech into this Switch if you really want people to like.
That's not happening. I promise you that.
I don't want that. I don't want that. Break that promise. Break that promise right now.
No, I can't, man.
I don't
It's
want
bad.
it. I don't want it, man.
Where you gonna fucking take it?
Because fuck this, man. Like, Nintendo make too much fucking money. Fuck you, Nintendo. You make too much goddamn money. They don't do shit. They don't do shit, man. Pokemon is so bad. I'm gonna kick it. There hasn't been a good Pokemon game in like 10 years. A
Facts.
good main series Pokemon game. I should caveat that with. Hasn't been a good main series Pokemon game in fucking 10 years. We got Pokemon Master Sex, mate. That's the last we got. You know, like
Yep.
that's fucked. You know.
Bro, there's so many games I have on my Switch that I literally just don't want to play because they
No,
run
absolutely
so
not.
fucking bad.
Absolutely.
Like
Not. Like,
SMT5, like I genuinely like the game, but I can't stand that when I'm playing it, I literally see the like the demons, the shadows or whatever. They're like literally lagging in the background because
bro, I see different
the
kinds.
game,
Bro,
the,
I
the
see
game
different
can't
demons.
fucking handle it.
Bro, I see different
Yeah, I see-
demons when I play my
I see
Switch. You know?
IRL demons when
That's
I'm
what I'm
playing it.
saying. I see IRL
It's
demons when I play
crazy.
my damn Switch, bro. You know, like I don't want that. You know, like, bro, I think I'm still up to like the second gym in like Scarlet. Like, I have not touched it since then. Like, I went and
Yeah,
got
I
my
haven't-
team,
I haven't beat
and
it.
it's just there. And I'm like, this is the first time I've ever just not finished a Pokemon game. And I probably will finish it eventually, like when I'm like super duper bored. But then again, it's also just like, I'm not trying to sit here, look at these shitty graphics, fucking 2 FPS headers, bro. I could make a better game. Like, you know, like, I don't know. So this presents it as soon as, but then the thing is, when Gen 10 gets announced, everyone's like, "Oh, I'm back in, baby! I'm fucking back in. Let's run it." You know. So
I don't think they're gonna announce Gen 10.
no,
'cause
that's no.
Scarlet
No,
and Violet just came out.
no, man, they gotta milk Scarlet and Violet for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
gotta get them DLCs and shit.
DLCs, gotta get their money up. They didn't make enough money on Scarlet and Violet yet, so
They're gonna show the new Pokemon
Yeah,
Masters
exactly.
banner.
yeah, you
I mean,
Pokemon Masters banner. Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
cool if they made a new Pokemon mobile gacha, like an actual good one.
That's crazy because you're not wrong. What do you mean, bro?
Pokemon Treasure Cruise.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm
Let's
down,
go.
bro. You know, if Pokemon
Okay.
Treasure Cruise, I'm down. I'm down. We're gonna rebrand. Good, great Pokemon. What's going on, guys?
Go. That'd be kind of crazy.
Pokemon Battle Rush. Okay.
Pokemon Grand
Ooh.
Voyage. Hold on. Okay.
Okay.
What do you mean, guys? 4 Emperor's Combat Grand Voyage is open now. Come on, guys. What are you guys doing?
Yes, sir.
You're doing funny with that image you sent, Knight. If you had already installed the app and you took a screenshot, that'd be so much funnier.
We got the
Ah,
Poke
fuck, I
Fest.
should have did that.
Yeah, dude, I want to go to the Pokefest, pull for my fucking Pikachu, dude. But so you know what the shit thing would be is that you'd have like Sugo Fest for like pulling Pokemon or whatever, and then like IVs and natures would still be a thing.
Yep.
Because
You're like shit nature.
like you get because
make a bowl team.
natures are a thing in Pokemon Sleep. And
Nice.
they affect like your XP gain for the mon, or how many fucking berries they find, how many ingredients they gather, or some shit.
Oh, get
Like-
the fuck out of here.
So like, because when like I was like playing, I was like, oh cool. So what I'll do is I'll just not care. And I'll just try to have one of every Pokemon. And then I noticed I'm like, oh, this Pikachu's better at berry gathering, but it's really shit at fucking, you know, resting or something like that. And I'm like, oh fuck me. Why would you do that? Like, this makes the game so. You're gonna have some fucking turbo nerd on fucking YouTube being like, how to min max your Pokemon Sleep Party. I'm like, bro, shut up talking to me, man. Just go to
Let's
bed.
fucking go.
Just go to bed, dude. Just go to bed. That's how you min max it. I don't know. Anything else has happened in the last like month? I think it's been a very quiet
what
month.
about the rebranding
Actors.
of oh,
Oh,
what?
Zeta?
Yeah, X.
X, baby.
Yeah, we had X.
We love X.
That's kind of cringe.
It is cringe.
It's just
Isn't
kind
it
of
a tagline for the app? It's like,
yeah. It's like oh, what was
blaze
it?
your glory.
Yeah, blaze your glory. It's like bro, all right, we get it. You like weed. Like shut the fuck up.
Okay, yeah, Elon needs to chill.
It's what happens when you have too much money, man. Too much money. You got too much money going on. You do
Yeah,
whatever.
the man doesn't
dude.
need to chill.
You do whatever you want, pretty much.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah. Another big thing that just happened. I don't know if you guys know too much or care for it, but Baldur's Gate 3 just released yesterday.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's
Anyone-
I'm not playing the PC one because apparently it's not crossplay, and a few of my
Oh,
friends that I am
that's
gonna
an
play
L.
with, yeah, they want to play it on PlayStation, but it releases on PS5 next month, so we're gonna get it next month. I don't know if there's never gonna be any crossplay, but like as of right now, there's not.
I think it's like surely it's like super hard to just like to retroactively implement crossplay like into a game if it's not already set up, right? Like,
Yeah,
that
I
would be
feel like-
my assumption.
That would be kind of hard to like add after the fact. I would
Yeah.
think.
I would say if it's not in, because I remember like that's what they said about FIFA. That's why we all bought it at the start of like last year. We all bought FIFA because we were like, oh, crossplay. We're gonna like go play like pro clubs together. It was
Yeah.
super fun. And then our one friend on the PlayStation couldn't even join because there's no like it wasn't active. And I was like, fuck off.
Man,
Like just like now I'm stuck playing this shitty game because I'm addicted. And that's not fun. I don't want to do that. I mean, hopefully it is. I've heard like one of the guys at work was saying like they've all like they're getting really into Baldur's Gate, and I've seen it before. It seems like a really just like expansive game. You can just do whatever the hell you want, pretty much. Which is like
yeah, it seems
Which seems
interesting.
really
I'd like to
exciting.
try it, but it's the same thing of like it'd be another one of those things I'd buy, and then I wouldn't have any time to play it, and then
Exactly.
It just sits there.
it seems
Yeah.
like it's a tough thing to just
Yeah.
like jump in and play. Like I don't know, like I don't. I think you have to be committed. Or you have to have a group of friends, like like Flame has, where you'll be able to just play it with people and it'd be more
Right.
enjoyable as opposed to just being like, I'm just going to download this and play it like by myself. Like I don't think it's a game that you probably can if you're just into it in general, but I don't think you can if you're not like into Baldur's Gate. It's gonna be tough to just like jump in and play and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have fun by myself. I mean, if you can, more power to you. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I've never played any of them, but I think it's gonna be a pretty fun experience with my buddies.
It will
next
be.
month.
I think it will be. Without
Yeah.
a doubt. Have we talked about the live action at all? Like after like the extra trailer that came out on One Piece Day? I don't think.
No, I
we
don't
did.
think so.
I just saw like a
No,
screenshot
okay.
of Shanks. I remember that Todd hates Shanks. So like
Yeah.
I was
That
thinking
picture of him with his finger is hilarious.
God.
It just doesn't look like Shanks, man. I don't know.
let's chat. One
I
Piece
think
how
the
live action.
second trailer was a lot better than the
Oh,
one
for
that
sure.
showed, like at the
Oh,
Netflix thing. The second
Oh,
trailer
yeah.
looked kind of crazy. I was like, "Yo, this just
Oh yeah,
looks actually
definitely.
fire."
How are you guys feeling now for the live?
Oh yeah,
action?
another thing about that Shanks, he's got the sword on the wrong side.
Okay, that's an L. And
Yeah.
Arthur was meant to be the guy. Arthur was meant to be the like
Man.
the consultant that was there to like make sure everything was going well. Brother, Shanks are the wrong fucking swords in the wrong
No.
place, pussy boy.
So this isn't like a big spoiler, but apparently, like I think like a lot of the episodes or whatever got leaked,
Right.
and I heard that whenever they go to Syrup Village, that like it's completely different than how it was in the
Interesting.
manga.
I have heard that as well. I've heard that, like,
Yeah,
you know,
so
where they fight Kuro on that like hill
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
yep.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
all of it's in the mansion now.
oh,
Okay.
What the
okay.
fuck?
That's
mean,
what I've heard.
That could be cool still, like depending on what like the
Yeah.
choreography is and stuff, but
And I've also heard that Garp plays a massive role.
okay.
Like Garp
okay.
actually is going to be in the series a lot
A
at the
lot more,
start
right.
with Kobe and Helmeppo.
Yep.
So I found that kind of interesting.
That could
What-
be cool.
What did you think of that second trailer? I know Knight said it was
the most recent trailer.
yeah, the most like the one that they
Yeah.
showed on One Piece Day, like during the live stream, I suppose.
I really liked it. There are definitely some things about it that look very quirky and like kind of stupid. But I think I said it the first time that we talked about it. You know, if you go into this series comparing it to like the One Piece anime and manga, of course, you're not gonna like it. It's obviously gonna be stupid. But if you compare it to like, you know, majority of live actions that we've received, it honestly looks really good. I'm going into it positive. You know, I'm gonna try my
without a
best
doubt.
not to make. I'm gonna try my best not to make fun of it, but I know I'm going to laugh because it's gonna be silly at times. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to watching it at the end of the month.
Facts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I'm
gonna watch the hell
keen.
out of it.
I think it's just like the best mentality to go in with into it with, right? Is like just be positive, just enjoy it for like the product that it is. I think that there's like too many neeks that are like, it's gonna ruin the reputation of One Piece and it's not gonna be that good. The siege, it's like, who fucking cares? Like, grow up, just have fun. That's all I'm just keen to consume it and like watch it and then like just enjoy it and then move on. Like, you know, and like not let it like be the end all be all for everything, I suppose. Just like have fun with it. And I think like for the most part, the casting is like pretty perfect. I think they've
Yeah, a
done
lot of the casting is
bang
great.
up job, you know. Especially like the Straw Hats are incredible. I think all the Straw Hat casting is super, super good. They've done a really, really good job in that kind of regard. And I mean like the CG for obviously from the cuts we've seen, and like that's like specific, obviously, like it's pretty good. It looks all right. Like it doesn't look too like weird. It looks like okay. So like hopefully it doesn't play too much into that. But I mean, then again, it's like, what do you expect, right? Like it's a show about a guy made of fucking rubber. Like it's kind of hard to not make it look bad in real life, I suppose. So I'm excited. I'm super keen for it. I think that it's gonna be a really
I'm also actually kind of intrigued because the way that everything's kind of set up, it almost feels like I'm pretty sure the series is actually not going to end at Logtown. I think it's going to end at Arlong Park. Just
Didn't
from
they say it was gonna end up at Locktown though?
That's what I thought, but after looking into it a bit more, I'm not too sure if they actually go to Logtown. I hope they do. I hope that is what actually happens, but I've been hearing some murmurs that like Arlong Park is like the final episode.
I
Could
don't know.
be.
I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
It's gonna be like it's gonna be
Because
weird.
then we don't get to see Smoker.
True.
Good.
And I haven't heard any casting of Smoker or Tashigi.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Well,
Actually, it's a good point.
We'll have to see if it's popular enough to get renewed for season 2. Then
What do you guys think? Do you guys like if they do because like here's because like One Piece in itself gets more and more crazy like the further on the story goes.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think it's gonna survive going into like if it's gonna be like a multiple season thing?
Well,
Like,
if
I-
as long
I
as there's
just
support
fucked.
behind it, they'll keep doing it.
But like
I
it's gonna be
think-
crazy.
I think honestly, like I think the concept of it is really cool, but like you said, like the further it goes, the more ridiculous it gets. I think it would be cool just to do this like one season.
Yeah.
Imagine like fucking imagine Dressrosa.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
man,
Is like
imagine.
with how crazy things get, like they would need to use a lot more CGI, and I do feel like what they would do is they would severely scale down the scope of everything. So it'd be a lot smaller.
Absolutely.
So
imagine
it lose a bit of the magic.
Imagine Gear 5 Inaki. Like, bro.
Oh my day.
I mean, just them doing Kaido would be kind of interesting.
Big Mom, hey yo. Oh no.
Tsunisha.
Oh, my boy missed the slam
just a
jam.
regular
Yo, bro,
elephant.
Katakuri would be fucking some fucking
They should go to
whack-on.
Africa.
It's some Don, dude. Jesus Christ. They start
What
filming
the hell's
elephants in
gonna be
Africa.
Neko and Ino, they're just gonna have a big ass dog and cat that
Well,
talk.
what's Chopper gonna look like? Even like downplay.
Yeah.
Like, what's the fuck is Chopper gonna look like? Like,
What the fuck is Monster Chopper?
that's what I'm saying. Like, are they gonna are they gonna really just animate in some fucking like furball? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, mate. Like, you can't. It's not that easy. Like, especially for like a TV show like that. So, like, everyone else in the crew. Like, what about Brook? He's a fucking skeleton. Like, what are you gonna do there? What about Jinbei? He's a fish. He's a whole ass fish. Like,
Yeah, and Frankie's a cyborg.
that's what I mean. He's a fucking. He's a robot.
God.
It's like that. That's the stuff that I get. Like, that I think will be interesting.
Yeah, and some of the devil fruits.
Nah, there's the
would be
chopper we're
interesting.
getting.
No, don't post that
Oh,
really
no.
shitty.
Or-
Don't
I'm
do
scared.
that. Hey,
Oh,
what the
no,
fuck
what is No.
Ew, what the fuck?
For reference, Knight has maybe posted the most nightmare fuel Chopper X Vans collab that I've ever seen, and I want to vomit everywhere. Like, he's ruined. My day is ruined. Like, I think my day is actually
Oh
ruined.
my god.
I hate Knight. I hate. Can we have can we have a team meeting, please, everyone? So, Knight, can you go to the kitchen, please? Just step aside for a second. All right, Flame, Todd. What do you guys think? Do we keep this guy around, or what's going on?
I don't know. A little sus.
That's what I mean. Like, he's kind of like, he's funny and all, but like this shit's kind of weird, eh? You know, like I don't know if I fuck with it, right? It's like, all right, no, you can come back, bud. You can come back. It's fine. It's fine. You can come back now.
Okay. Hi.
Cool. All right.
Bye.
Anything else? Anything else before we jump into some questions?
Nah, I think it's been
I
a
guess,
pretty
like,
light week.
I mean, we really didn't talk about like the live stream. Was there anything else from the live stream that was there anything else from the One Piece Day live stream that you guys?
Oh, One Piece Day.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, the Ryuma side story
Oh,
shit. That's
Monster.
gonna be crazy. Monsters,
Yeah.
yeah.
we fucked. That's gonna be very exciting. Is there anything else?
That was crazy.
I saw like
the,
go.
the only thing that they showed, I think we talked about it last time though, but they revealed that for the card game, Gear 5 is going to be the manga panel art,
Yep,
and
that's
he's also
fucked.
going to be the cover of the set, so he's going to be like on the box art and stuff.
Bro, that card's gonna cost $1 million. that card
that
is gonna
card's
be
gonna be
so
stupid.
fucking expensive.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird though because bro, what the fuck is that?
I just
Alright.
saw it on Twitter.
Todd's also banned from the fucking podcast. This is me and Flame now.
Bro, what is that chopper? That fucking chopper.
I hate the chopper looks
the
so bad.
Jinbei. The Jinbei.
Yeah, the Jinbei, like,
Well,
why the Jinbei got a
why?
boat on his head?
That's crazy.
Why is he naked?
And the
Why-
Nami
why-
Zoo-
Why
Zoo-
Zoro look kind of hard?
Bro, is that Usopp's tongue? That's the thing that reels around?
It looks like it.
Ew.
But then, like, Zeus is in Nami's hair.
I don't like that. Robin looks hard. Jinbei is actually just, that's disgusting.
Brook is hilarious. He can create eyeballs.
But look at Jinbei.
I like that.
Yeah,
man.
Jinbei's is the worst one. I don't know what that is.
That's disgusting.
I wish I never saw this.
Why
But
did you
because
do
I
this?
because I
Why
saw
did
it,
they do that?
you had to see it.
Like, everyone, like, okay, like, everyone looks fine, and then Jinbei just fucking,
Jinbei's naked because he's free, okay?
bro, he's spread out, like, that's fucked, you know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up. I hate it here. I fucking hate it here.
Yeah, Jinbei be like,
Bro, stop! No, Flame, can we have a conversation in the kitchen, please?
Yeah, sure.
Nah, that picture is crazy.
that Mr. Krabs is fucked up, dude. Why he stands like that? Why he got the gat? You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like,
standstill.
You get the Giat 3000.
that's what I'm saying, bro. You got that Gear 5 gat. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Bruh.
Todd needs to be reprimanded. Right, I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police.
You guys get on me, but this man's out of pocket.
That's what I'm saying. Out of pocket section.
Oh shit.
All right, cool. That's not a pretty light week, but obviously in the next episode we will be going more in depth, I suppose, with Gear 5 and having we're reading his abilities properly, and like we'll have used him for at least 2 weeks in that time period. So, I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get lucky in the Sugo Fest tomorrow. So, you know, from the time of recording, of course.
Hey, it's part 1. You need all the luck you can get.
Nah, not me, mate. I'm in it to win it, mate. It's not an anniversary though, so probably not. But it is a memorial. What is it, like, in memory, or like what like memorable battle Sugo Fest or whatever. So like, it's one of those weird ones where like it has some shit structures, man. Sugo Fest so shit, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to wait and see in that regard there. But if there's nothing else, I want to give a shout out to our YouTube members, our GGP crew. You know, thank you guys so much for always and continuously supporting us. We do greatly appreciate it. If you've made it this far and you enjoy what you're listening to after all that out-of-pocket action, make sure you go down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the word of the day night will be
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy in the comment section down below. If you made it this far, we do appreciate it. But if you do have the financial means and you'd like to support us even further, you can do so via the join button. Plenty of different tiers, get the episodes early, priority questions, and all that fun stuff. With that being said, I want to give a shout out to our GGP producers of TheLordShiro and Alexander Wisniewski, our perfect member of Bryan, Kisa, McDermott, our great members of MyDrunkenMoneky, Cody, Cswins, and Kataki Bonji, and our good members of Ryoiin, Stump D, Gacha, Red Halo, Dr. Erection, Wankerfella, and Mike Shallow. Thank you guys for the continued support. We do greatly appreciate it. But from the episode into the shoutouts, into everyone's actual favorite section, it is the Q&A.
The Q&A.
Hey.
I'm so happy that that's now become a thing. That makes my day every time. If you have questions, as per usual, you can send them through to us at GGP Podcast on Twitter or via our YouTube community tab. First question from at Straw Hat Goose. This guy's out of pocket. After listening to the most recent episode as of the time of posting, listening to your guys' reaction to Auto Power Up, it was quite negative at the time. With the new information that we now know, how has yours opinion on it changed? Exclamation point Stump, aka fuck Stump. Fuck that guy. Hate that guy.
Fuck you.
What do you think? It's way better.
Because initially we thought it was only you could feed to one unit.
Yes.
But I mean, if it would work,
yeah,
is
that on your error list? Is that on your error sheet?
I think that error came out before I started making it.
Nah, they're lucky.
But when it gets updated and fixed, I'll probably
adding
add
it.
Yeah.
So, for people that aren't aware, or like I don't know, like so the way that the auto power up system works is actually there's an intricate system behind it. But the way that it works is it'll look for the highest base character in terms of. I think they have written out a priority list. I think it looks at like level limit break, potential ability, their level, and etc. And then it'll feed units into that particular unit, but only what you require. So, for example, if you have 3 duplicate copies of, let's say, Luffy, but you only need 1 copy to quote unquote max him out, it'll only feed that 1 copy. However, there is a problem there's a bug that I found, aside from the fact that it literally doesn't work at the moment, was that I pulled 2 copies of a rare recruit Jack unit from from a pool, and my rare recruit Jack unit already has max potential abilities and max level limit break. So what the auto power up feature wanted to do was feed 1 copy of Jack into the other from the ones I had just pulled. So that's a problem.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So the game wasn't realizing that I had a maxed out Jack, and it just wasn't like it was attempting to still feed it because there were technically 2 copies of the unit. So
what about the level limit break of that Jack?
max. Everything was maxed in terms of the one that I have. That was completely maxed out in terms of like.
That makes sense then, because there's nothing else for it to feed into, right?
But it's feeding it. But like I pulled 2 copies of it. It's feeding itself. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but why would you want to feed it into the one that's maxed?
But then if I'm not careful and I'm just clicking auto power up, I'm then feeding a copy into a copy. So then if I'm min-maxing, I'm losing out on like selling for ray points or whatever it is.
Oh, okay, I guess.
So it's not that big of a deal for most players, but I guess like if you're like, it's still a bit annoying if you're like, if someone like me who will be pedantic about it. I don't know. I didn't like that. I think that if there is a max copy with everything maxed out, the game should just say this unit is maxed. This we don't feed anymore until I think it should also look at the favorite. I think favoriting should be a bigger factor in there. But we have to give props to them. When it starts working, it's going to be an incredible system. I think like you're going to be able to just go in after a Suga Fest, click auto power up a bunch of times because it only does 5 at a time, which is a bit lame, but. I mean, it's a drawback, I suppose, but you'll be able to feed duplicate copies of units a lot more efficiently, and it'll make that process a lot faster. Obviously, you still have to then go in yourself and limit break and power up and candy and socket and such as well. But the duplicate side of things is kind of is resolved to some degree. So props to them, but please get it working soon.
Please,
we'd appreciate it.
Sure.
At Frankie Iron, they ask, do you think there will be another crossover in OPTZ like when Frieza was in the game?
No.
Probably never again.
Nope.
I think they're too protective of their IP now, and like, you know, it's a bit upsetting. We didn't talk about Kafka's release. What are we doing, guys? I just realized. I don't know why I was thinking about Kafka. Of course, I was.
Didn't come out yet.
She's announced, no? You're not excited, Flame?
Hell yeah, I'm excited. But she comes out in 5 days. She comes out in 5 days.
All right, I'll see you there. Honkai,
yeah,
Puppy playing Honkai. It's time.
I've got another side question here that I was just informed of. So Carissa just sent me a message.
Oh,
and she says, "What is the strangest thing that you've ever said in an interview or a job interview?"
God, I don't even know.
I think I've gone outright and said, "Look, I'm not the best at what I do," and like and gone off that and be like, I'm not. I basically like I undersell. Like my whole strategy for interviews is to under and then over deliver, like undersell, over deliver kind of thing.
Right.
But I think I went into an interview being like, "Look, to be honest with you, the majority of people you're going to interview today probably have a higher technical ceiling than myself. I'm not that technically proficient. However, I work harder than any single person in this room, you know, so that's how I kind of like approach an interview." But yeah, I guess the weirdest thing I have ever said would have been like, "Yeah, I'm not that good. I don't know why you're hiring me, but I'm pretty fucking elite though at the same time too." So.
Because Carissa said that during her interview that she referred to children as those things.
Oh my god.
She said something along the lines of like, for people that have children, it's harder for them to jump on and do overtime or anything like that. But I don't have those things. So
I get where she's coming from though, because it's like I don't know, the whole reason is like I don't have those responsibilities, but like the phrasing is just like I don't have those fucking cretins, those fucking demons. Get them out of my life. What about you, Flame or Night? Anything in particular come to mind?
Nah, not really. I've only had an interview for my first and my recent job. My second job that I had, I kind of just got pushed in because I knew someone. But yeah, I mean, my interviews are pretty chill. I don't really go out of pocket. I don't go in pocket. I just kind of answer what they tell me. I never really go crazy with it.
What about you, Knight?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything. I think I play things pretty safe. I'm like, yeah.
Me, I'm not an out of pocket guy at all. I'm a very normal human being.
Yeah, at all. Yeah, I never start a conversation about the 16th installment of someone's fantasy final.
And then like, hey, we've noticed that you're on this podcast called Good Game Perfect. Like, oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh no.
Oh, spaghetti.
I will say I have brought up Good Great Perfect in interviews before though. As like a mechanism for like managing people in different time zones, engaging with outside quote unquote clientele, like
you just embellish all of it. That's the best way to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I do management, I do the production side of things, I have technical abilities and like, and I'm like, bro, all I do is like click record, my mic's muted half the fucking time, and we chat shit. We chat shit for about 2 hours. And we fucking go from there.
To thousands of people.
Yeah, like, bro, I'm the most popular guy. If there's like 10 people in my chat, like, yeah, what's up, guys? How we doing tonight?
Top percent of Twitch, though.
Hey, let them know, bud. Hey, second best English streamer, fuck Stump. Me and Todd holding it down. You know the vibes, guys. Honestly, though, like, looking at this is completely tangential now, but looking at stream charts, there's like the spike where like Todd, you had that like 7,500 person stream. That's still like the highest stream to date. Do you think that there's a potential you break that tomorrow?
Oh, no. I mean, there's gonna be at least 1,000 people, I would say.
I think you break it tomorrow. I think there's I'm very confident that you could potentially push 10K.
10K? Oh, no shot.
Bet?
No.
You want to bet? I'll bet you.
I will bet you.
I don't think so.
I think so.
No, there's no shot.
It's Gear 5's fucking release. You're the guy.
Not gonna happen though.
Bro, you got like 7,500 on some fucking 8th anniversary shit. Like,
it wasn't that much.
It was 7.5. The highest stream, I believe, is 7.5K from yourself. I'm fairly
no shot. It was 7,000.
You had, bro. I'm your biggest fan.
I remember, like at one point, I got to 3,000 for a stream.
No, I think you're the highest viewed. I'm fairly confident.
Nah, no shot.
Don't make me fucking pay for Steam stream charts just to prove my point, bud.
I don't recall that. But yeah, no, I don't think I'll reach that. I think it'll be a good day tomorrow, though. I'm gonna be streaming early.
It'll be very fun.
I'm gonna have my breakfast. I'm gonna have my shower and all that. I'm gonna stream straight away, pretty much.
Feb 13th, 2020. What the fuck? What happened Feb 13th? Peak
that
viewers is 7.3 thousand.
2020, the start of COVID. That was V1 Kaido.
Jesus Christ! All right, never mind. Maybe not. I don't fucking know.
I'm pretty sure it was
Kaido?
V1 Kaido.
I thought he came out in like 2019.
That was fifth Annie. Gear 5 was Kaido. So this would have been 7th Annie.
And we'll go to the history. We'll go to the history thing that you make. Hang on.
Oh yeah, I fucking do. I do make that. That's true.
Kaido was the 24th of February 2020.
What the? How do you fucking weird guy? How do you know this shit, man? It's like it's your job or some shit.
Yeah, because I was doing my Legends of OPTC this week, and I did V2 Big Mom, which was the dual unit with Luffy Law, and that was late 2019.
V1 Kaido released 2020. What the fuck are you talking about? That shit is like fucking 2015 in my head, dude. What the fuck? 2020? Right. Oh my days, dude.
3 years ago, baby.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well, yeah. No, tomorrow's gonna be a fucking high. I think I'm gonna be streaming at like news time. I think will be my plan for myself. So we'll see how we go.
Big. I can't wait to watch the episode too. It's gonna be so good.
Yep.
And the next week's episode is gonna be even better.
Even better. Exactly. Everyone's gassed for this one, but I'm like, bro, the following episode is gonna be fucking crazy.
Yep.
That's the fucking juice.
Yeah. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but all of like the insane animators.
Game Freak was telling us. Yeah. Like he was showing us all like the animators that are on this one. Like holy shit! Like it's a star-studded cast for this episode.
But the next one's supposedly better than this one, so look forward to that.
Bro, One Piece really eating good, man. We're really out here.
Yeah.
All right. Next question from Liam Lime 8. Okay, English, great. Liam Lime 182. He asks, "What's the weirdest or most memorable dream you have had?"
Wow, okay. I don't dream too much actually.
No,
too
neither
often.
do
Or
I.
I probably do, but I just don't remember a lot of my
No,
dreams.
I agree. Neither do I. I'm the same.
I feel like I've told this story on the podcast before, but I'll just say it again because it's the only thing I can think of. Back when I used to play FGO, there was this character that came out. Her name was John Alter.
Yep.
At the time, I wasn't working or anything, so I really didn't have that much money to do pulls. So I think I only had 3 multis.
Yep.
Fate has no steps, no pity. There's no nothing. You just pray and pull. That's it. That's Fate.
Yep.
So I remember basically what happened was it was a very weird dream. I dreamt that I pulled the character.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up and I pulled the character. It was super hype.
That's what we call manifestation. Manifestation.
That was pretty hype. It was 3 a.m. too, so I had to scream.
Oh my days! This was in Flame's sweat era.
Yup, that was sweat Rick.
That was sweat Rick, dude. That was sweat videos. Nite, what about yourself, dude? Anything?
Yeah, I would say like the most memorable one, the one that just like sticks to me like rent free. Been like 2004, maybe 2005. That's like when Harry Potter: The Prisoner of Azkaban came out.
Oh yeah, yep.
And I remember I was watching it with like my mom and my younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
It was like right at night, so when I went to sleep,
oh no,
I had a dream.
Oh no,
that you know, Professor Lupin, he's a
werewolf?
fucking werewolf.
Yep.
And I had a dream that my brother was being eaten by.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, that's crazy.
That's so tough, dude. Why, Professor? Why? That's so rude.
I don't know why, but like when I first saw like his because like the werewolf in that movie is fucking weird because it's like this little white ass skinny.
It was like slimy or some shit. It was weird.
Yeah,
man.
It looked slimy.
It was weird. Some lanky ass dude.
I don't know.
Oh, that's
really,
good.
Like, bugged me out.
That's what I mean.
But
that's what it was. Like, that's not a werewolf. That's a demon. That's a whole ass demon. Okay. Next question from @XManian X. They ask predictions on how many multis you're gonna need to pull Gear 5.
60.
Jesus Christ, Todd! No, don't say that.
That's it. It's gonna give me the worst luck ever. I
bet. I don't believe it.
One multi.
Shut the. If Flame, on my mum's life, if you tag me on your fucking Flamevius account and have Gear 5 in one multi, the podcast is cancelled.
Just pulled this. Is he any good?
I will never talk. You will never hear from me again. Like just specifically.
I'm gonna be that one guy. Yo, is this good?
That's a good tweet, actually. That'd be a good tweet. Is this good? Question mark. I mean, ideally, like I think my plan is maybe 10 on part 1 tomorrow, and then depending on how we go, I'll shift from there. But then my concern is that from everything we're seeing, this is going to be like a film red structure. So there's going to be more coming. So like, I don't want to invest entirely into Gear 5 because we might get like, a drunk Kaido legend, or we might get like a awakened Lauren Kid legend, or like I don't know. There's other things that we could potentially.
Oh jeez, for a second I thought you said Lauren Kid. I'm like, who's Lauren?
Lauren's Kid. Those things. Those things.
Who is Lauren?
Who's Lauren? I'm watching on Kids, bro. What the hell? So
my bad.
Hey, yo! You a dad now? That's crazy. Not a dad, everyone.
I hope not.
What? That's what he said. That's what Knight says at the job interview. You're a father? He's like, I hope not. Okay, next question. Next question on that. Next question at M1K3Q6. They ask, hey boys, big fan of your content. My name is Michael. Because of your individual videos prepping us for Gear 5, I've saved 1,350 gems free to play and hoping to get him guaranteed by the end. My question is, do you think Bandai will drop the rest of the story islands after Wano finishes? If there was a time for them to do it, it would be like when Wano's done to drop the story island. But I don't think they will. I don't think they'll drop any story islands at all.
Yeah, because they have to do all the cutscenes for it as well, and that's like a lot of work to do all that.
Yeah,
and
exactly
I mean,
right.
It's been literally years since the story's been updated. I don't think they're going to.
I could see them doing it once Wano's done, but like that's still like what, another like couple months away, if that. So
probably until the end of the year, something like that.
So it'd be great, more gems, like that's always hype, but like I doubt it. I extremely doubt it myself. Next question at Obsidian_Steed_. He says, gentlemen, what are your 5 things you should never cheap out on? It can be anything like socks, mattress, etc. What are your 5 things you don't cheap out on? We can do it as a group, or you just name.
Yeah, I
some
think
things.
of 5 off the top.
Yeah,
of
just
my head.
name some things. What are some things you can't cheap
membership.
out? That's what I'm saying. Get your executive producer right there. Knight is starving. He hasn't eaten in 6 months. So we haven't paid him, you know. So like,
exactly.
What are some things that you don't want to cheap out? I know Flame probably has a fucking list because he's the bougie guy.
You should never cheap out on your cologne.
I agree.
You don't want to get cologne that A, doesn't last too long, or B, just smells like ass just because it was cheap but it looks nice.
Yep, go off king.
Same thing with deodorant. Like a lot of people there's a lot of people that just don't fuck with deodorant. That's a little
weird.
different.
That roll on shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they be getting the roll-ons. They be using like the detergent, like the little wipes. They get a little different.
The detergent.
What the hell?
Oh no!
I saw some tweets, by the way, because Evo's on this weekend, and people saying that the whole convention hall smells like absolute booty.
They don't know what They don't know what.
Wash your ass.
Take care of yourselves, man. Take a shower.
Yeah, facts.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I guess like traveling, like planes and like hotels and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be in like
when you're traveling, get travel insurance. Travel insurance.
That
get
too.
Travel insurance, travel kits.
I would say don't cheap out on cookware. Like get
good
high quality cookware, high quality knives.
Knives is true. Yeah, true.
That's if you're into cooking at all. Like
exactly. No, you know what? Fuck you. Get into cooking. Cook your own food. Get some good healthy food, man.
Don't cheap out on good quality shoes.
Yeah, I was going to say shoes and like your health. Like go to the doctor. I know it's expensive in America and stuff, but like if shit's wrong, like spend any money you spend on yourself is good money spent, irrespective of how much it costs. Trust me. Take it from a guy that spent maybe like $8,000 this year on his health. So like, you know, don't ever feel bad about spending a little bit extra on your health, on your mental health as well. I want to put that out there too. Don't ever feel bad or anything. Your health should always come first. That'd be like my number one.
Yep. And last but not least, don't cheap out on the bill if you go on a date or the tip.
Yeah, true. Yeah, let them know. Pay the bill, be the man or the woman. I don't know. Equality in that. Do your thing.
Yep.
Don't split it.
Who's trying to take me out?
Yeah, I mean the examples that he said, like socks, mattresses, like for sure, like don't cheap out on a mattress.
Yeah, good mattress.
Yeah, man. Get yourself some memory foam mattress and pillow. You will thank me forever.
There you go.
Flames. Yeah, you can use our sponsor, Lisa Mattress.
Hey, let him know! www.com. Let's go. About time the sponsor got read. Let's go, dude. All right, next question from Wankerfella. There you go. The sponsor's done. Wrap. No more sponsors.
Yep.
Hello, gents. Curious in your thoughts on this. If Zoro and Sanji are the left and right arms of Luffy, what body part would each of the other Straw Hats be?
Oh no,
Bruh.
Jinbei's a leg.
I mean,
Why is
Jinbei
he the
might be the
leg?
ass after that fucking image I just saw, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Robin's the brain,
Robin's the brain.
Oh,
That's true.
I was gonna say
Need
Frankie's
that.
the brain.
I guess.
Mm.
No, actually, Frankie's the cock because he
Hey!
likes to play with tools.
Hey,
Yeah,
yo!
He's the cock.
He's in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Well, that means that Jinbei's driving that shit. Jinbei's on the shaft then. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Jinbei's the
God.
helmsman.
But then again, Usopp's the marksman.
Oh my. We're just describing Luffy's dick with his fucking crew now this way.
Oh no.
I'm crying.
That's
Fuck's sake. All right, done. Great. On the OPTC side of things, when I think of characters that met all the hype leading to their release, I feel like Gold D. Roger is the gold standard, no pun intended. Do you guys feel like Gear 5 Luffy exceeded the hype, or did he underwhelm like a sushi burrito?
What? A sushi burrito?
Yeah, that sounds disgusting. I didn't want to think of that.
I don't want none of that.
I don't think he met the hype, nor do I think he was underhyped. I think he was
I
just
agree.
kind of
There's
neutral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. There's no he didn't exceed anything, he didn't underwhelm anything. I think he's met it to the degree of like what Luffy like is, but we'll see. That's it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
That's fair. Like Roger, when he came out, we expected him to be the best in the game, and he was the best in the game for like over a year.
Yes,
pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
So it's tough to live up to that expectation as well.
exactly.
These days as well. All right. Penultimate question. Monkey Indo. Their question is, do you view moments in One Piece as bookmarks in your personal life? I remember what I was doing when Gear 4 first came out, and when the Odin backstory came out. I view it as leaps in personal growth with every major event.
I kind of do that for Treasure Cruise, which is kind of funny.
That's your job. Like
I
makes sense.
remember when COVID started, it was when Bullet came out
The GOAT.
and
Fuck
V1
me,
Kaido and stuff.
So long ago. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was when I popped off.
Yeah, true.
There you go.
I don't think I view them as bookmarks, but I do like.
Yeah.
If you were to tell me like, oh, what were you doing on this day when this released? I'd be like, oh, I probably know like roughly like what was going on in my life at that time. I think that as far as I'm available for that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't view them as bookmarks. Like, I mean, I love One Piece, but I've said it multiple times on this podcast. It's not my favorite series. Like, there are definitely a lot of things that I like more than One Piece for different reasons. But yeah, I don't really have any, I guess, anime / manga moments that I viewed as bookmarks / milestones in my life personally.
Where you not?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do it like, end of high school, like going into college was like when Dressrosa ended / like Cold Cake started, and then like end of college for me was when Wano like started and ended. So yeah, I sort of see it like that.
Actually, I do have, I guess, a milestone / bookmark. When I graduated high school, at this time, I didn't watch any anime or none of that stuff like that. I at that time I didn't even know I didn't use Discord or Reddit. Like I didn't even know what they were.
Yeah.
I was one of those. One of my best friends that I went to school with, I still talk to him to this day. His name is Joey. He's the one that actually made me start watching anime, and I got like really hooked because of him.
Yeah.
And if he never would have had that conversation with me that day in one of our final classes, I probably wouldn't even be sitting here talking to you guys today.
Yeah.
So
crazy,
that
right?
is
Shout out to
that is-
Joey.
yeah, shout out to Joey. That was my milestone anime moment of my life. So yes, I do actually have one.
Yeah, I pretty much have one of those as well. Like if it wasn't for my friends, Nathan really, He's still my best friend today. He was like, "Hey, watch One Piece." I'm like, "No," and I watched the first 30 episodes. I was like, "This is really shit." And then Arlong, the walk to Arlong, like dun 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 dun. I'm like, okay, nah, this is fucked. This is good. The walk to Arlong Park, I was like, all right, I'm back in, boys, and that's when I was hooked for life. So, yeah, I have a similar position. Cool.
Huge.
Final question, Cody, as per usual.
Old mate Cody.
Cswins 8214. He asks, "Hey fellas, thanks as always for the work that you do. Hopefully they're doing something with Gear 5 and OPTC now that he's finally coming / here in the anime. I don't have much for you all this week. It's been a bit of a doozy on my end with all the upcoming things and responsibilities. With that in mind, what are some self-care things you do to ensure you're at your best? What are some self-care routines you guys get into?
Well, now I'm doing my walking every single day.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me, I walk. I love walking. Is my like reset. It's like, you know, get outside, fresh air, music, or just listening to shit. Like, you know, it's super valuable for my self care.
I'd say like for myself, like I don't eat like desserts that much anymore. Like I've been cutting back on that, but every like once in a while, like once or twice a week, I might have something. So that's what I do.
Yep.
With like walking and exercising and shit.
I'm sorry, what was the question? Self-care?
Yeah. What are some self-care things you do?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys consider this self-care, but I usually work out. I work out like I try to do it like 4 to 5 times a week. I go to the gym.
Yeah,
I do a lot of cardio.
Yep.
I used to have like this kind of, I guess, like face shit that I used to do, but I kind of ran out of it, and it was expensive as fuck, so I haven't got a new one yet. But it was kind of like an exfoliator, a cleanser, and then like a moisturizer.
I'm trying to do that too.
Yeah, I never really did any skincare, bro. I've never really did skincare my whole life until last year, but once I started to do it, it actually it really like closed up like my pores and stuff like that. And I noticed a difference in my face. Kind of like that other question we were just talking about, like just, you know, take care of yourself, man. Like that's one of the things that you can control in your life. You can always take care of yourself. Yeah,
you got one you, man.
It's like a video game. Level yourself up.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's true though. I'm the same. Like I'm trying to get into skincare a lot more. Like when I'm not feeling 100%, go for a walk, or like, you know, I'm trying to like be a bit more proactive with mental health. Like go see, you know, a psychologist as often as I'm able to afford, and like, you know,
hey man, my service is free, man. I got my degree.
Nah, bro, I got my psychologist's name's Awanish, the GOAT. Absolutely fucking the GOAT. You know what I mean? He's so sick. Like it's a complete like I was super against the whole idea of like mental health like entirely. I was like one of those people that was like, it'll be fine, I'll figure it out. But then like when I ended up going to go see one, I remember like talking, and then like being like, holy fuck, I got a lot of baggage. Like I got a lot of things to talk about, man. He just sat there listening, and I'm like, you're fucking cool, man. He's like, yeah, it's what I do. And I'm like, hell yeah. You know, I'm like crying in front of this dude I've never even met before, and he's just like, yeah, man, it's good. He's like, all right, let's figure some shit out. I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. You know, so like it was a super positive environment. So I think like that's definitely for me like up there in terms of my self-care stuff, without a doubt, 100%.
Yep.
Personally, to check off the physical box, I get a lot of working out in the gym. Sadly, I can't do that as much as I'd like to right now, but I'm looking forward to getting back into it. Mentally, I've been taking up meditating and yoga in the past few months. I find it really helps me to stay present in the moment and combat some focus issues I've had in the past. Totally agree, dude. Much love, as always. Your boy Cody in Canada. Thank you, Cody. As per usual.
Shout out to Cody.
Thank you,
Love you, Cody.
He's a busy man.
He is a busy man. He bought part of the company. I remember as a kid.
Yeah.
He's living the dream right now, honestly. You know, so fuck yeah, appreciate you, man. That's it. I think nice little under 2 hour epi. You know, we love to see it. Next episode will be episode 98, so we are closing in on that episode 100. But next episode we will be chatting Treasure Cruise, Gear 5, Momo, whatever else comes out, because there probably will be something that comes out as well. So, you know, look forward to that. But as per usual, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment Final Fantasy if you made it this far as well. And then also the join button there if you want to support us financially too. Go down there, Linktree, link linktr.ee/perfect. Find all of our socials, Twitter, X at GGP Podcast, or via, you know, anchor.fm/perfect, audio only platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts as well. Keep going down there. You can find all of our socials. Go like, subscribe, follow, do that kind of fun stuff. But that's it. With that being said, I've been Captain Poppy, Flame, Knight, and Todd. Thank you guys for listening to that episode. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.